What's up, guys? In today's video, I'm going to be doing nothing except for studying. I lied. Today is going to be a review. Tony Robbins' Creating Lasting Change program. So I'll just go through every CD and I'll give an update and a review of what's on that CD. Let's make it happen, boys. Let's go. Let's go. But first, I need to get some spinach. Well, you cut the lane though. You cut the lane, right? Hey, did you watch that?
Do you need a witness?
Yeah, did you watch that?
I saw it, yeah.
Okay. What happened?
Well, you ran wide.
Yeah. Cut the lane.
Yeah, but you came wide. He was on the far left and then...
No, there was no red light.
I was going this way too. I was right behind him.
I'm gonna grab my insurance. You can grab your insurance and we'll write everything down in one.
You want to just take down my number or something?
Yeah, man, that sounds good. What's up, guys? Just got in a car accident. Not really a big deal. That guy just like cut into my lane. Not a big deal. You know, his insurance is gonna cover me, so like it's fine. But always taking positives out of bad times. The insurance lady that I talked to was like the nicest woman that I've ever talked to. This video is still a review of the Tony Robbins tapes. I'm going to do those, but this is just part of my life. This is my daily vlog. All right, guys, so we are going to review Creating Lasting Change by Tony Robbins. So this is a 10-day program if you're gonna do it that way. I'm not gonna do it that way. I'm gonna try and get as much as I can done possible in just today. This program comes with 4 CDs and a nice booklet. So you could go through and just do the booklet, but I like to usually do these with a separate notebook. Then I can write a lot of my own notes. Very old sounding, very retro, but quality, high quality.
Hi, this is Tony Robbins. Welcome to Creating Lasting Change, the 7 master steps for maximum impact.
Maximum impact.
Thank you if you believe you're helpless.
So we're done the first CD, and I'll be honest, it's really, really good to listen to this stuff again. I've done a lot of studying on Tony Robbins and all the work that he does. So getting back into this has really been good because I'm not in a great place in my life, and this has given me the knowledge on why I feel the way that I feel again. And what that really means is, and what we went through in the CD is, the first thing that he's really big on is the 6 human needs that control your behavior. So the reasons you do what you do. Number 1 is certainty. You need certainty that a thing is going to go a certain way. Some people are need freaks or control freaks. This is where certainty plays in a role. And there's lots of variations of certainty, but that's the basis of certainty. It's kind of like a comfort knowing you'll survive and like your needs are met, things are okay. But these needs, there's 2 that you'll crave more, and those control most of your behavior. So for me, for example, I really admire variety, which is the next need actually. And because of that, you see it in my actions. I travel a lot, I'm always doing crazy stuff because I really like variety. But someone on the other hand that's really into things being a certain way and, you know, being right on time and things have to go this way, or like I'm definitely not happy with you. That is more of certainty. Number 3 is significance and meaning. So feeling of importance, like my life has a meaning, like I'm doing good, like people care about me. That's significance and meaning. I mean, and then significance as well can be met in negative ways, such as, you know, being the best, you know, salesman, even if it means not doing it morally correctly. And then an empowering way to meet significance would be like, for what I do, giving back to the homeless and giving back and caring about people in a really charismatic way. So that is number 3. Oh, our battery's getting low. Number 4 is love and connection. Most people settle for just connection, right? Because love is too scary. Love means that you put the other person first. And for most people, they're not willing to do that. Things that are empowering with letting love be one of your key factors, your key needs that controls your behavior, is that you get what you give out. So you're gonna have a lot more love in your life if you give love and if you're willing to open up and care about people, putting their needs above your needs. Number 5, and these last 2 needs are what Tony calls like the needs for the soul. So number 5 is growth. This for me has always been a really big one. I'm always like How can I grow? What's the next step? Where do I gotta go? Like, should I make this business move or should I not? And that plays a big role in my life. Number 6 is contribution and giving back. This is one that also is very high on my list. Definitely for me, variety is number 1, and then love is the next one. Love and connection, I really crave. Like, I'm always looking for friends. If I'm not with people for a couple days, I get super depressed. You know, it's not great, but love in itself, like, that's me trying to meet my needs in a negative way for love by just, you know, hanging out with people, even if maybe they're not the best people, right? Because I just crave it so much. And then with contribution, of course, that's obviously going to reflect a lot into how fulfilled you are. How much you contribute is in direct correlation with how fulfilled you are. The more that I give back, the more that I feel happy with myself, no matter what, all the time. That's just the way it is. So that's the 6 human needs. That's the basis of that he's went over. This whole first CD is just a summary of what we're going to be learning. So this is really cool for video because you're going to get an idea of what this is like. All right, guys, we're back. Battery died. So like I said, with those 6 needs, 2 of those guide most of your behaviors. So be honest with yourself. Look at an example of where you behave a certain way most of the time and try and figure out what 2 needs you meet the most. One of the interesting things that I found was a lot of people get love and connection through their problems or through bitching and complaining, you know, because, oh, you're feeling really bad, like, let me give you some love, let me give you some compassion, and that works, you know, and they meet their need, but not really in an empowering way. That's more disempowering and definitely negative. The next thing that he went into just a little bit is all of the needs are shaped, I'll go slow here because it's quite a lot to take in all at once, but all of our needs, our 6 human needs, are based on our belief systems. So like our behavior is based on what we believe. So if I believe that I'm just a dumb kid from a small town and I'm never going to go anywhere in life, that belief, that core principle, is extremely effective on my behavior and the actions that I take. I'm not going to be motivated and I'm not going to take a lot of action if that's what I think. And that's what I used to think. But since I've shifted my thinking and my identity with myself, that's changed to more, you know what, no man, like I know my worth. I am a solid person and a good person, and I know I can make a difference if I just put in the action, right? So if your behavior is, for me, vlogging, and it meets, you know, love and connection, and maybe significance, that's great. That means you're really going to enjoy doing it. But if it meets like 4 or 5 of these needs, then you're going to be driven at an unconscious level to just get up and make it happen. And then the other thing that I wrote down, which is kind of cool for you guys to see, was that my channel should really reflect people that want to grow, that have that as their number 1 need, and that want to contribute, because that's what my journey is all about. So the more that I grow and I contribute and I focus on love, you guys are going to pick up on that as well. That's really what this channel and my life is about. So you following me definitely means that you have some of these values in common. All right, so the last and final thing that was talked about here is the formula for happiness and the formula for unhappiness. And what does that mean? Because that sounds kind of phony, but what it really means is the way that you're living your life is either going to be the way you expect it to be, meaning that your expectations are met and you're happy. But if your expectations are not met, then you're not going to be happy. That's a basic analogy of it. But what it comes down to is if your life is the way you expect it to be and better, you're going to be very happy and very fulfilled. But if it's not, then you're going to be depressed. And it makes sense because your life is not where you think it should be. So for me, I used to really hate drinking and alcohol and drugs, and I did a lot of it, and I was extremely unhappy, and I didn't realize that it was because really deep down, I wanted to be successful, but I wasn't doing what it took to be successful. I enjoyed doing drugs and drinking, and I enjoyed being out, and there was a lot of good benefits to it, but I didn't realize why, you know, when I went home and I wasn't with my friends and I wasn't drinking, why I was so depressed. But now, based on this, you kind of see why that is and why that makes sense, because my life was not the way that I expected it to be. Therefore, it made an immense contrast in where my life was and where it should have been, causing a lot of depression. And the last thing in this that he talked about was the formula for suffering. And the formula for suffering is that your life isn't the way that you want it to be, and you think that you're helpless to change it. You think that it can't be changed. And that's where it gets really depressing, because like at the end of the day, I'm just a dumb kid from a small town. You know, I can't ever amount to anything. That's just the way it is. That end part, that's just the way it is. That's the piece that's holding you back. But in all reality, all beliefs have consequences. That belief, believe it or not, can be changed. Like if I change my belief to I'm extremely successful and I can make what I want to make happen, that belief in itself is going to start to open up my mind so I can actually take action and start to make progress in the life that I want to live. So overall, the first CD has been very informal, and this stuff is really, honestly, really good stuff. These tapes are what initially helped me in changing and getting sober, because I did that completely on my own, and all that I used was like his Mastering Influence course, and it gave me such a confidence that I knew how to talk to people and I knew how to communicate, that I implemented it in my job that I was at, because I went from being someone that was just a cleaner to becoming a salesman, making the company I was working for an extra $5,000 every single month, all from being just this dumb kid from a small town. So overall, of course, because I like this stuff, I'm gonna give this first CD probably a 9 out of 10. A 9 out of 10 because it's very informal on the basics, and it gives you a little bit of inspiration, you know, like, okay, maybe I can take control of my life. Now that I know these steps and that it's, you know, kind of easy to figure out and it doesn't take a whole lot of deep thought, that I can maybe make this happen. So 9 out of 10 for that. The 1%, the one that I'm not giving it is that it's kind of old. It's definitely kind of old, and I'm not sure how often these get updated, but it definitely seems like this is quite a few years old. Not that that's a big deal, but that's all that I could say would be one downfall of it. CD number 1, this is day 1, and next we move on to CD 2. So that's all for today's little vlog update. That was just that I got in a car accident today, and yeah, basically me and my life, I'm doing a lot of studying personally, diving deeper into my psychology so I can get a better idea like why I've been feeling so crappy these past couple weeks, not doing the videos that I want to be doing, and I'm not going out and, you know, doing interactions, and that's because I'm really like lacking a lot of confidence. So I'm going to dive deeper into that, and in the next couple weeks, you guys are going to see a big shift and a big change in the way that I do videos and the way that I'm presenting myself. Another exciting thing is I downloaded Premiere Final Cut Pro, which I'm very excited about. So thank you guys for watching. Definitely drop me a like, share this video with your friends, and consider subscribing because I do videos like this all the time, and they're constantly getting better and better and better. Thank you guys for watching.